Next up, we come to collective nouns. Collective nouns identify groups of substantives which are taken as a whole. This is a really unique type of noun in our language. Words like flock, crowd, jury, platoon, legislature. These are words which all use the singular form to refer to multiple substantives. The plural form can be used with collective nouns, but it would then identify multiple groups of substantives. So it would identify multiple multiples, basically. For an example here, we have a band of marauders. Band is in the singular form, but it's actually identifying multiple marauders. We could say bands of marauders, but now our collective noun bands is referring to multiple groups of multiple marauders. The singular form of collective nouns may refer to either the group as a whole or to its members, and this actually dictates what the what kind of verb it must take. When referring to the group acting as a whole, you must use the singular verb form and singular pronouns to refer back to it. When referring to all members of a group acting individually, you must use the plural verb form and plural pronouns to refer back to it. This may sound weird at first, but trust me, it's necessary for clarity. Let's take a look at some examples here. Here's an example of a collective noun acting as a whole. Every afternoon, the baseball team follows its coach out to the hot field for practice. This sounds right because we have that singular form team and the plural verb follows and the singular pronoun its. So it just naturally works. Team is a collective noun. We use the singular verb follows because we're referring to the team acting as a whole, and we use the singular pronoun its instead of them, or their, I guess it would be, to refer to team because, once again, we're referring to the team acting as a single unit. On the other hand, here's an example of that same noun where the members are acting individually. After the 3-hour practice under the brutal sun, the team shower, change into their street clothes, and head to their air-conditioned homes. That may sound kind of funny to your ears, and it should because we have this singular form noun team and the plural verb shower, change, head, and the plural pronouns there. But we do this because we have a collective noun team that's actually referring to individual members doing individual things. They're not acting as a whole unit, they're acting as just a group of individuals. Okay? So since team is a collective noun referring to individuals, we use the singular verb shower, change, and head, and the plural verb shower, change, and head, and the plural pronoun there because they are acting individually. Here's another example because this is kind of a tricky little concept to work through. After days of deliberation, the jury has arrived at its decision. That sounds fine. Here we have jury as a collective noun. It's representing a unit acting as one. It is arriving at its decision. A jury has to, of course, arrive at one decision. So you'd say has arrived. You'd use the singular verb, and you'd use any singular pronouns referring back to it. Here's an example of the same noun used collectively in the plural sense, where the members acting individually. Bailiff, please find out whether the jury have finished their lunches. Again, may sound kind of weird to our English-speaking, at least American English-speaking ears, but it's actually correct because here the jury is not acting as a whole unit. It is not just a group all working on one lunch. It is, different people eating their lunches. And so we have to use the plural verb have finished and plural pronoun they. As tricky as this is actually your next SAT, ACT skill. So it's crucial that you figure out how to identify this correctly. In fact, that's what I want you to do in the very next exercise when you identify collective nouns in a sentence and also determine what the correct verb should be with each, depending on whether it's members acting individually or the group acting as a whole.